it's not as bad as a passenger car. You only got that strap, you know.
Right.
You're moving around and banging around in there, and in the race car, you're in there pretty tight.
Yeah. Well, do you feel weird when you're in a passenger car too? Is for the lack of support?
The lack of support and safety.
Yeah.
You know, I do, because compared to the way our cup cars are now, or the race cars are now, man, we're cocooned in there. The seat and everything, the headrest, you got a 6-7 point harness. I mean, in a street car, you really just got the strap. I mean, it's, I certainly, you know, I'm much more cautious as I get older on the highway. And people are like, hey, man, how do you do it? How do you drive a race car and then go 45, 55 on the road? And it's real easy, actually. You know, you just kind of chill.
Does it get all your fast driving out of the way?
When I was younger, I was getting speeding tickets all the time. But as I got older, I just didn't care to be in a hurry anymore.
Yeah, I would figure the way you drive for a living, you just get it out of your system.
Yeah. I had plenty of high speed action and hijinks on the racetrack. I calm down on the road.
What kind of car do you drive in real life?
Well, it's funny. I just bought a brand new Silverado. I hadn't bought a truck in a long time. I still have my old Silverado I bought. It's about a 0406, but this new one I like a lot.
The new ones are badass.
I didn't like the old ones that much. They just look kind of basic.
The new ones are really sweet looking.
The character lines and the body lines, it's just a good looking truck. So I bought that. But what I was driving before that, I got a 48 pickup truck, and it's all rough as hell on the outside, and original faded, all messy and ugly looking. But it's got a Vortec motor and good drivetrain in it. Drives good, but it's easy to work on, and I just love fooling with it. I took the original bench seat out and put these old bucket seats in from an 80 Chevy Blazer. And so I made it comfortable and just the way I wanted it. So I drove that a lot this summer until I got this new truck. And I got a 76 Chevy Laguna that I love to drive. Yeah, that thing just kind of floats down the road, man. And it's dark midnight blue, tinted windows, and just a really cool car. I love the 70s and the style of the cars in the 70s, even the kind of the bigger ones, like in the late 70s, like the 442 Oldsmobile Cutlass.
Yeah.
Those big cars. There's something about those guys that I really dig.
Is that your car right there?
That's my car right there, yeah.
Damn.
I love that thing, man.
I had a 1973 Chevelle.
Yeah.
That reminds me of that kind of body style.
That's it.
Wow.
I got a 442 that's sort of the sister to that, Oldsmobile 442 that's red, and kind of the same tinted I did the same wheels, same tires, same tent, I put a spoiler, like a NASCAR style spoiler on the back and the front, and kind of look, because those cars were big in NASCAR.
Oh. See, those cars don't get as much love as the 60s muscle cars.
Well, we'll get there. I think as we get older, what's cool gets older.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah, like, I mean, nothing, I mean, the 67 Camaro, those cars, the 50, yeah, I got a 67. I thought I had a 69, but like the 55 Chevy, all those things will always hold their rightful place in history, but these cars, like that car right there, that wasn't very cool 10, 15, 20 years ago.
No.
But as we get older, that car becomes cool, you know, and you know, one day we'll be driving around in like 85 pickup trucks going, man, this thing's so awesome, so old school.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know about that. I just think that car might just be cool because you own it.
I don't know, man. I think that it's got these old character lines, man, that I really like.
It does have old character. You know what's interesting? I was just talking to a friend of mine about this. In 1970, my mom bought a Barracuda.
Yeah.
And when I was in high school, in 1981, I was a freshman in high school, and she had this Barracuda, and it was like a classic car, and it was like a classic muscle car.
Right.
But like that's only 11 years old.
Yeah.
Like if you had a car today from 2007,
well,
that wouldn't be a classic car. It's just a car.
Yeah. You're right.
It's weird.
It is weird. Like
a 1969, when I was in high school in 1969, which is only an 11-year-old car, was amazing. Like, whoa. People would stop and stare at it. Dude, look at that 69 Camaro.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I got an 88 S10. That was the first pickup truck I owned or had. That was like the car I got when I was 16 years old. And I got one and restored it, and which was a terrible investment, but it makes sense for me because it was my first truck. And I didn't think anybody would give a shit about it, right? Because it's an S10. It's like the bottom of the barrel in pickup trucks for Chevrolet in 1988. But I drive that thing around, and people are like, "Wow, that's the cleanest S10 I've seen in 15, 20 years." That's it right there.
Oh, that's a nice car.
And so,
there's something about seeing one of those that's in great shape.
Yeah.
Like that it made it through.
Yeah, there's not many of them left. I mean, for good reason. But what was your first car?
My first car was a 73 Chevelle.
Yeah.
That one. But
I got
the
a
engine
70,
blew out on
71.
it. Yeah.
Chevelle is a good car, man.
Oh, I love Chevelles.
So would you would you get a 73 and restore it to?
I would get a 70.
Similar?
That's my favorite year.
Yeah.
69 and 70 are my favorite years. I go back and forth between 69 and 70 with Chevelles.
Yeah,
they're both amazing years.
Yeah,
yeah, I like those cars. They're a big muscle car.
They are.
That's a big ride.
It's bigger than the Camaro.
Yeah,
yeah.
I have a 1969 Nova.
Really?
Yeah, which is like a smaller. Yeah, like that right there. Yeah. Whoa, daddy!
Good looking car.
That is as classic an American muscle car as you get. It's a 1970 with silver with black stripes. Come on.
They used to race Novas. Whew. My dad raced a Nova.
Yeah, Nova. 80s, I like Novas because they're light.
Yeah,
because it's a light car, and because you put a big engine in it and new suspension, and
Yeah, I have a Nova, a wagon that I just bought, a '66.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's my next project. I bought it from a buddy for $5,000, and it's pretty bad shape, but that's my next project as soon as I get some time. I had this little girl, Isla, and she's 6 months. So it's kind of made it tough doing any kind of projects.
I know what that's like. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thanks.
It's awesome, but it does eat up a lot
Everything
of your time.
Is on the side right now.
Yep, and it will be.
Yeah.
I mean,
how long?
Forever. It's just forever until they move out, and then it's still a little bit on the side because you got to call and check on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome though.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing. I couldn't. It's like getting married and having a kid and all that stuff is nothing like I thought it'd be.